so much for making the time to come here and take time of your day to participate, to ask questions, and to learn new things. If this is the first time that you have access to my work, I want to introduce myself. I'm Leila Rasegi, and I am a product strategist. I work with product-based businesses, and I help them make more money and grow. I work with businesses that have a positive purpose. So people that have that are offering a product that's either better, healthier, greener, etc. So that's what I do. I specialize in products, and my clients are usually in years 0 to 3, and they want to take their businesses to the next level and new audiences. So welcome again. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I'll be right here. This is a live training. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to use the chat box and let me know, and I'll be answering them live. If you want to say hi and you want to tell me what you do, that's great as well, and I will be able to answer your specific questions about your specific business. So let's get started. Great. So welcome to the Product to Profit webinar, like I was saying. And in this webinar, I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of people are having a hard time with, which is understanding how the world of business works outside of social media. It's really easy for us to get wrapped up into all the new technologies and thinking that we have to be on Snapchat and we have to be on Facebook and we have to be on Instagram, etc., without really going back to basics and building relationships. Social media is an amazing way of building your business, but it's not the only way. We also have to remember that every time you're using social media, it's a relationship that you're building with a person that's behind the screen. So it's really important to talk to people, not at people. But let's talk about ways to build your business outside of social media. Let's chat a little bit about that. And like I was saying, there's a chat box below. If you want to let me know what you do, I'll be happy to have examples that are specific for your business. And if you have any specific questions about what I'm teaching, I'll be happy to answer as well. And this webinar is called Product to Profit, because I help product-based businesses make a profit and have a positive purpose at the same time. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this is going to go. Today, I'm going to tell you first who this is for, if you're in the right spot, and who this webinar is for. And I'm going to share my story in case you're asking why would you listen to me when it comes to product sales. I will also be sharing my system for business success, which is the system that I share with my clients in my work, whether I do it one-on-one or in groups. After that, I'm going to be sharing my promises for today. So what can you expect of today and what will you be able to achieve? I am also going to be telling you why word of mouth is so important for your business. This is something a lot of business owners are taking for granted or not working on. I'm going to teach you how to organically generate good word of mouth, how to encourage referrals, how to use testimonials and current clients to grow your product-based business. And at the end, we're going to chat about how to explain what you do without sounding salesy or pushy. At the end of the webinar, I'm going to tell you how I can further help you if you want to take your business to the next level. And we're going to do a Q&A at the end if there's any unanswered questions, but I love to answer my questions live. So if you have anything to share or anything that you would like to ask, please ask away on the chat box below. I'll be checking it every few minutes. So who is this for? Is this you? If you are someone who has a store or makes products, if it's someone who has a great business idea, but they're not quite sure how or when to launch their new business or a new product, or if you want to take your business to new audiences, this is also for you if you're not making as much money on your business as you would like yet. This is a bit of my story and in pictures. As you know by now, I have an accent. I am from El Salvador in Latin America, and the people ask me why I moved to Canada, and I always say, well, everything but the weather, right? And I like the opportunities, I like the multiculturalism, and I like everything about Toronto. It's such an amazing city. In the same blog, you can find Ethiopian food, and you can find Caribbean food, and Mexican, everything you can think of. It's such an amazing place where a lot of cultures come together. I come from a cubicle life. That is actually a picture of an office. I did not have an office. I had a cubicle. You have to work really long time in corporate in order to get to the office. So I made it to a few promotions, but still had a cubicle. And the reason why I quit my job and I do what I do, I'm going to share with you really quick. As I started exploring my beliefs and my spirituality and what I stood for, and everything that I had learned about law of attraction and the power of positive thinking, etc., I realized that what you do every day is the most important thing in your life. Yes, you can have a lot of purposeful activities after work, but you're dedicating 8 hours of your time. You're dedicating your day to something. And I did not want to dedicate my day to something that didn't absolutely fulfill me. So I thought, life's too short. What do I like to do? I realized the good news was I really liked what I was doing. I really liked the work of gathering data, understanding how people shop, and understanding sales numbers, pricing, and put it all together on a strategy that would help people sell more. I really liked doing that. The problem was I didn't like doing it for big corporations. I wanted to help this lady that was starting to make cookies from their kitchen and wanted to sell them at farmers markets and then natural food stores and then Whole Foods, etc. So I changed what I was doing in order to be able to make a difference, in order to be able to make an impact with a business that I highly identify with. And whenever they had a success, that would feel amazing for me as well. My vision is to impact a lot of lives by redefining the retail industry, by helping small businesses that are offering things that are better, that are either ethically grown or handmade or organic, to help all of those people reach more customers, therefore changing their lives. So that exponential impact is my vision that I want to share with you. And what I bring into my trainings and my programs is my experience and my education. I actually have 3 degrees and I don't like to study. Go figure. I have a business engineering degree. I have a master's in strategy and I have a diploma in branding. I also worked for 8 years in cubicles for the biggest corporations in consumer products and retail. I worked with any type of product you can think of, with shampoo, soap, cookies, pickles, wine, pet coats. Yes, I said pet coats. That's one of the things that I work with. And I work with companies such as Nestle, Procter & Gamble, and with retail accounts like Walmart and Loblaws here in Canada. So I'm taking all of that experience and I'm wrapping it into bits that small businesses can digest and use. And that's what I teach. So everything that I'm going to be teaching to you today is just a sample of what I can offer for a small business and a little bit of what my clients get in my paid programs. So enough about me. Let's talk about what you're going to be getting today. I promise that today I will give you something that you can start applying to make a difference in your business. So this is not going to be me reciting theory or me talking about study cases. It's going to be bits and pieces of things that you can start applying right away. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to Chrissy who's watching from work. Thanks for joining. Today, I will also help you figure out how you can grow your business efficiently and sustainably by spending money in a smart way. Also, I want to remind you that no questions is off limits when it comes to business. Feel free to use the chat box and ask away. So let's talk about my system. I want to explain to you what is different about what I teach. My system for business success is called the POND system. And the P starts for the problem that you're solving. Like, what is the problem that you're solving? Every business is solving a problem. Even if the product that you're offering is quote unquote a nice to have or a luxury, you're still solving a problem and making people feel better or creating an opportunity. So we start by clarifying that. Then we talk about your purpose and your present situation. So what's the present situation in your business and the present situation of your clients? Then we get really laser focused on your offerings. So what are you going to offer to the world and at what price? What are going to be the features of the product? Then we work on a new launch or relaunch of your business. And at the end, we can talk about direction for success. So where is your vision taking you and how are you going to be growing your business? Yes, it's the era of social media, and I'm not a dinosaur that's going to tell you to not use it. There's so many possibilities to find clients and so many different platforms. The first thing I want you to remember is your ideal client might not be in all of these platforms. The second thing I want you to remember, there's a human being behind these accounts. It's so easy to forget and just think that this is a Facebook picture and a Facebook profile. And then that's what takes people to send like cold emails and cold messages trying to sell to people that they don't know. So always relationships first. There's a human being behind every social media account. So if you would not go to a networking event and say, hi, nice to meet you, buy from me, don't do that on social media. So going back to talking about relationships, even though it's the era of social media, and you have to remember that likes don't equal sales, right? It's important to build that relationship and only understand and only pitch to people that truly can benefit from what you offer. Networking and relationships, they never get old. They're the best way to grow your business because you're doing business with people, not with a number or a social media account. Word of mouth is still the number one way to grow your business. And if you, for some reason, don't know what word of mouth is, you may not have heard of the term, but I'm sure you know what it is. Word of mouth is, what's the word on the street? What do people say about you, about your product or your service when you're not in the room? That's actually my favorite definition of branding. Branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So what are people saying about you? Understand that even if there's 15 new social media platforms every month, word of mouth still the number one way to grow your business. According to recent research that's being presented in the group to sell in the book To Sell is Human, we learn that people still want to buy things that people that they trust recommend. So someone is more likely to purchase if they hear it from their family member, from their friend, etc. Right? So this is still the number one way to grow a business. Social proof is vital for business growth. Again, if you don't know what social proof means, is the fact that someone else has already tried what you're selling and they like it, because no one wants to be the first one to try something. And I don't know if you can relate. I can definitely relate. If a restaurant's empty, I'm like, why is this empty? Right? So if I go to a farmer's market and I see that there's a booth and no one is buying from them, I'm going to wonder what's up with that. So remember that no one wants to be the first one to try something or the first one to try anything. So you always want to show that people have tried what you have and that they have liked it. That is social proof, is seeing that other people have been there before you have and are happy about the experience. You do need to work on a few things before you think of getting referrals and good word of mouth. And I always say foundations first, and that I always talk about things like your business model, goal setting, etc., as the number one thing that you need to do in your business before you think about marketing. So again, here we're going to be talking about foundations, about the things that you have to work on behind the scenes in order to grow your business. So a few things that need to happen to have good word of mouth. They might sound like a no-brainer, but a lot of people really miss it. Having a high quality product. So having something that fulfills all the expectations of your clients. And let's be fair, you can't keep everyone happy. And if you're targeting everyone, you're really targeting no one. So when I am talking about value and quality, I'm talking about truly doing some research, connecting with your ideal clients and understanding what are the commonalities that they're asking for, what are the things that they truly value, and listening to them. And when they give you feedback, being able to figure out if is this valuable feedback or this is only an angry person, right? Understanding if this is something that's been a trend or is this the first person that tells you. If you're hearing the same complaints over and over again, there's some improvement that you need to make, or you need to clarify what are the benefits of your product, because people may be wanting things that you're not really able to offer. You also have to have an amazing customer service that starts with listening. It starts with replying to whatever they need or want. Obviously, you need to have some boundaries because there's going to be some trolling, some negative people. But as long as the criticism is constructive and as long as this is your ideal client and they're behaving in a way that's morally ethical, they're not insulting you, they're not doing anything bad, it's always good to take it into account. Good word of mouth starts by simply valuing your clients, by seeing them as human beings that have specific needs that you're able to fulfill. So how can you increase and improve referrals and word of mouth? The number one way is to maintain relationships with your clients. A lot of people make the mistake of selling people something and then walking away and forgetting about them. You want to have an ongoing relationship. That doesn't mean that you're going to spend hours and hours of your time every week chatting with people on the phone. There are other ways of doing it. So let's chat about that. You want to keep in touch and ask for feedback. So after they purchase, you want to be able to ask them what they thought of their purchase, if they need anything else, and really understand their preferences and thoughts. And keeping in touch with them by adding value and maybe showing them future offers and future things that you have for them. And just to add some tips to the keeping in touch part. Good ways to keep in touch with clients are to add them to a Facebook group or creating a newsletter or just simply sending an email saying thank you for your purchase. Do you have any feedback? So all of those things are great suggestions to keep in touch with them. Number 2, do you want a referral? Ask for it. It's as simple as that. But you want to remember that you want to offer them an incentive for sending you a referral. So you already have a high quality product and you have a happy client. So now the next step is to ask them for a referral. What can you offer as an incentive? You can offer a discount, a sample, a bundle, a gift card, etc. When you start a referral program, your closest friends might keep you in mind enough to talk about what you do, but a regular client usually doesn't. If you want to stay top of mind, offering an incentive is the best way. Reaching out and saying, did you enjoy your purchase? Great. I just wanted to let you know that if you send a client my way, you'll be getting a free sample of my next product. right? You'll be getting a basket with my new cookies. You'll be getting a sample of my new shampoo. You'll be getting a discount to get your next piece of art with a 10% discount, right? So then people are like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then this is a magic question I want to share with you. Instead of asking them, if you come across anyone, let me know. This is a magic question, and I want you to pay attention right now. Who do you know? That's the magic question. It makes a world of difference. If you send someone an email saying, if you ever hear from anyone that would be interested in purchasing some organic cotton clothing, let me know. They'll be like, okay, I let her know. But if you tell people, who do you know that would be interested in purchasing high quality organic cotton clothing? People immediately will start thinking, oh, I know Mary and I know Paul and I know Lucy, and they start thinking of names. And then the fact that you've given them an incentive is going to make them want to do it even faster, right? And take action. The third way how you can take advantage of good word of mouth to get more clients is to ask for a testimonial. And when it comes to asking for testimonials, a lot of people think that only services can do this. That is not true. When you ask for a testimonial and you have a product, you can tell them to talk about the benefits of the product, how they felt using it, why was it different, why was it better than other things they've used. And then I'm gonna one-up this testimonial with something I've been doing lately that's been working amazingly for my business and my clients. Feature a client. This is the next level of testimonials. So what is it? It is, for example, to have a feature Friday for your clients and show pictures of them or show their stories as long as they're comfortable. Depending on the type of product that you offer, some people will be happy to be featured. If it's a product for kids, people love having their kids featured. Not everyone's going to want to, but depending on what you do, they might. Because I work with product-based businesses, all my clients are super happy to be featured, right? And if you're offering a specific product, you don't necessarily have to show the faces of your clients. Something Gabrielle Bernstein is doing right now that's working great, I love her and I follow her a lot, is she is reposting pictures of people that post, that take a picture of them reading her book, The Universe Has Your Back. So people take pictures reading it at the beach or reading it next to a puppy, etc. And she will repost them. So she's showing social proof, she's showing a testimonial, and she's featuring a client all at the same time. So this is something that covers pretty much every principle that I've taught today. So showcasing your clients is pretty cool because it's a great way to keep them happy. And they're super thankful to be featured, and at the same time you're showing social proof. You're showing that other people are valuing what you're selling, right? And like I said, at the same time, it shows a testimonial. It shows that people are liking what you have. This is an experience of a client of mine, and I wanted to share it with you. I help a lot of people that are trying to launch their business, but they're not quite sure if they have everything that they need to launch it. So when she came to work with me, she knew she had a great business idea, but she didn't know if she had everything she needed, and she was unsure that she was on the right path. So when we worked together, I helped her figure out what were the elements, what she needed to work on, what the competitive advantages of the product were, etc. So I help her get a lot of clarity and understand next steps in a business plan. Because what happens with a lot of people who have products is they're playing small, or they're not launching big, or maybe they're not even launching at all because they're expecting for everything to align to perfection without understanding that maybe a business plan is not one of their abilities. Maybe that's not their forte, so they need some support with that. So I help them build a plan, to a strategic plan that's customized to their purpose and their business, to grow their business to the next level, to understand their target market, and to establish specific actions that they have to take in order to grow. So we talk marketing. How can you get more referrals? How can you get more testimonials? How can you use specific social media platforms to grow your product? And now this is a question I get a lot in my group, and someone asked it recently, and I wanted to address it because we're talking about referrals, we're talking about word of mouth. So I have heard from a lot of business owners that they feel pushy when they talk about their business. Do you feel pushy when you talk about your business? If you go to a networking event, or maybe if you're just at a friend's party, you're at a birthday party or something like that, and you're like, maybe I should not mention what I do. These people are gonna think that I'm trying to sell them and that I'm trying to push. So if you feel like that, I'm gonna give you some tips. And I think we all feel like that to some extent at some stage in our business. When it comes to networking, it's all about adding value and starting a conversation. So when you start talking to someone, don't go to any of the extremes. Like one extreme would be to think, oh, you know what, I'm just going to keep it personal. I'm not going to talk about my business at all. I'm not going to annoy this person with what I do, right? And then the other extreme would be, hi, nice to meet you. Here's my card. Would you like some cookies? Would you like to buy some of my cereal? Like that's the other extreme. You don't want to go to either of those extremes. You want to add value, but you also want to talk about what you do, because this is an interesting way of looking at it. What you do is a solution for something. It's going to help someone be happier, healthier, save money, make a difference in their lives, etc. So there's a lot of different things that you're helping people with, and different solutions that you're offering. When you don't talk about what you do, you're keeping those solutions to yourself. And something that I heard recently in my mastermind training was, if you go to a party and you have a gift to give, would you give the gift right away, or are you going to walk around the party with the gift under your arm? You want to be able to give that gift right away, right? So that is, giving that gift would be the part in which you're offering what you have, right? That's your gift. Whatever you do is your gift. So you want to offer it to people, and it's up to them if they want to take it or reject it. But the key is to offer it to people that are your ideal market. So a few tips about networking and how to talk about what you do is to be interested more than interesting. So you want to ask enough questions to understand them better. You want to connect with people, you want to listen to what they're saying, and you want to also ask questions. Explaining what you do is not selling. Let's start with that. A lot of people get shy or wonder why or how they can explain what they do. And they're like, oh, I don't want to sell to them. That's not selling to them. You're just creating a conversation. So you want to focus on explaining efficiently what you're about and take it from there. This is your quote unquote pitch. So fill in the blanks. I offer this for these people. And what makes my blank different is blank. So let's do an example. And if you're watching live and you want to send me your example via chat, let me know and I will tell you what I think. So I'll do mine. I am Leila Resegui and I'm a product strategist. I offer business consulting for purpose-driven, product-based businesses. And what makes my system and my programs different is that I focus on business foundations, and because I have the only program that focuses on products. Everyone else is either working with both products or services, or they're just mainly working with coaches and take a few products in. But my program is the only one that is specifically designed for products. And then I would stop. And I would ask them what they do. And I will listen to them. But sometimes after you give them that explanation that takes 30 seconds, they will start asking you questions. They may ask you if you can offer more details, They can ask you, oh, really? So how do you do that? Or what's different about your product? Or where do you sell it? And then you can start telling them more. And you have to gauge how interested they are. Maybe they are just trying to start a conversation and you'll be able to feel that. But if they seem really interested in what you have, this is the right time to tell them how to connect or where to buy and get samples. And it's a really good idea to get their business card, right? So if they're interested, you can tell them, where's your card? I will be in touch with you, right? So that's usually better for you to get their contact. I want to invite you to my free community on Facebook if you're not there yet. Right now, it's a great time to join because I am offering completely complimentary Q&A, exclusive content. If you have a question, sometimes I even answer with a video, right? Completely free. My community is the Work Smarter crew for product makers and developers. And this is for people who want to grow their product-based business by working smarter and not harder. So we talk about topics that are specific to product makers. We talk about pricing, promotions, we talk about mindset. People are collaborating with each other. They're creating friendships. They're chatting about their challenges, etc. So it's a very dynamic group, and I want to highly encourage you to join. And you can find it by searching the Work Smarter crew on Facebook or by visiting leilarasegui.com/worksmarter. There's two types of entrepreneurs. And there's no better way, at least in my opinion, to explain the differences than using rodents. So are you a hamster entrepreneur or are you a squirrel entrepreneur? The hamster entrepreneur is the one that's stuck. They wake up every day and they feel good because they're working hard. In the back of their heads, they know that their efforts haven't been working. They know that they probably need some help or their work needs some tweaks. They're working really long hours, so they're truly working hard. So that somehow gives them, at the same time, it gives them a sense of guilt because they feel like they're not good enough. But it also gives them a sense of accomplishment because they're like, okay, I'm working really hard though, so if things are going to pick up someday. But will they? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So if you're doing the same things every day in your business, yeah, maybe one day it will work. And yeah, maybe one day you'll hit jackpot and you'll grow your business, but you may not. And I can guarantee that without the systems and the strategy and a plan, you will only get so far. So that brings me to the squirrel entrepreneur. The squirrel entrepreneur is the one that is working smarter. It's the one that doesn't necessarily feel like they need to work 12 hours a day, including weekends. It's someone that knows exactly what are the things that work in their business, and that's what they do. It's someone that knows what each action is going to produce and what are the best actions to take in their business. It's someone that has the right systems and strategy. So here's another testimonial that I received. So Jenna is an apparel designer, and I help her find tangible actions and things that she needed to do in order to successfully launch her fashion business. So she also had a great idea, but she wasn't quite sure what the next steps needed to be. So I specialize in helping people that are amazing at what they do and really passionate about their business, but they're not quite sure how to create a plan that helps them get to where they want to go. These are people that are on year 0 to 3, that have maybe seen some growth, but they know that they can go a lot farther and a lot faster, or people that are pre-launch that want to get some clarity around their business. On that note, if you are ready, and I'm going to explain what ready is for me, I invite you to apply for a complimentary session with me. I only have 5 spots per week, and I only talk to people that I can help during the call. So this is for people who are tired of feeling stuck or tired of feeling like they could be doing so much more. These are people that are working really hard. These are people that know they have a great idea and that feel the frustration of not understanding some aspects of their business. They feel the frustration of not knowing how retail works, of not knowing how to expand their business, of receiving a call from a buyer without understanding what they're saying or what they're asking for. Or maybe it's someone that's been working at a farmer's market for every weekend in the summer, super tired, wanting to spend more time with their family and looking for a better way of doing things. Because the people that I work with are people that are amazing at what they do. They really want to make a positive impact, and they want to get their product in more hands because they know how amazing it is, but they just don't know how to do it in the most efficient way. So if that sounds like you can apply to get clarity on where you are, where you want to go, and how to get you there. In this call, you'll get clear steps for your business. So what would be the best next steps for you to grow? I'm going to be sharing that with you. And in this call, we also figure out if we're a fit for me to help you grow your business. And I only work with hell yes from both sides. So if we're not a perfect fit, you will walk away with some really good advice and some clear next steps for your business. And clarity is key. It's the number one step for business growth. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, I encourage you to apply leilarasei.com/session, because there's no better time than now to solve your business problems. If you don't take action, you'll continue to be in the hamster wheel and working in the same way over and over again without getting the results that you want. So you have to take ownership and responsibility for your actions and your growth. And if you decide that your business is a hobby, that's amazing. That's great. That's not the wrong answer. But if you decide that your business is something that you want to do full time and you want to see it grow to the maximum level that it can be, and you want to reach as many people as you want, and you want to do it faster, and you want to save money. I work with a lot of people that have wasted so much money in things like marketing or Facebook ads or even patents for their products. And they come to me and they haven't made any money because they don't have the right plan. They don't have the right guidance. So I can tell you, you can have the nicest product, the prettiest label, the prettiest package, and that you can spend $200 a day on Facebook ads. You will only go so far if you don't have a clear, customized plan for your business and accountability to follow it. So if all of that resonates with you and you're ready to see how far can you take your business, I encourage you to apply at leilarasei.com/session and grab one of the 5 spots that I have for next week. I want to invite you to the next webinar. That's going to be on March 3rd, and we're going to be talking about when and how to grow your product assortment. A lot of people ask me, when do I launch my second product? When do I grow my business? Or I went to a trade show and a client was asking me why I don't have a shampoo. I want to launch a shampoo. So I'm going to tell you when the right time is to expand your product line and launch more products. And when it's a really bad idea to focus on launching new things and you want to focus on growing what you currently have. So let's chat about that. It's on March 3rd at 4 p.m. EST. If you're already subscribed to my webinars, you'll be getting the info a couple of days before the webinar. If you haven't signed up yet, I encourage you to visit leilarasei.com/10x-webinar. Thanks so much for watching and joining me today. I really appreciate your time and your energy. You could be doing anything else, but you decided to take the time to sit down and learn a little bit about business and how to grow your product-based business. So I hope I see you at the next webinar. I hope you really enjoy the training. And if you are tired of being on the hamster wheel, doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results, and you know that your business has potential, you truly believe in the impact that you want to make, I want to encourage you to apply for a complimentary session. It's absolutely free, and you're going to walk away with a lot of clarity. Again, the link is leilarasei.com/session. And thanks so much for joining me. Have an amazing day.